Hello. So the other day I made a video about war flags and someone was asking if I could do one for patterns. So let's talk about patterns. So there are 10 different types of patterns. Actually, it's easier to look because you have health and stuff. So let's go look at the chest. It's actually easier looking at these pattern chests because I can just show them all on screen at the same time. Yeah, so there's 10 different patterns right now. So you have magic attack, magic defense, physical attack, armor, accuracy, armor penetration, critical hit defense, magic penetration, magic mastery, and health. So, yeah, so let's just kind of talk about like the different ones, like which ones are different. I don't know if we'll do like a formal ranking like I did with the war flags because patterns are a bit different in that some of multiple you need 3 of them per flag, and depending on what your teams are or what teams you plan to use, can definitely change the value. But there are certain patterns that are a failure, and the accuracy pattern like is kind of a failure. They pretty much introduced this to try to be a counter to dodge heroes, and well, it just was never a big enough decrease, even at high levels. Like, it just, because the way dodge works, these ones were pretty much a failure. That's why they invented Lyria, because well, the accuracy patterns really didn't do anything to slow down Aurora and Dante. So they put in Lyria, and well, now, like I said, if you want to stop dodge teams, just use Lyria. Why bother with these patterns? So these are certainly the worst pattern, I would say. We're gonna put these, like I'd say, these are the quote worst pattern. There's not really a lot of reason to use these anymore unless you don't have Lyria. But even then, I just think you're better off just trying to do more damage or something. But yeah, I think that's the only one that's like not really worth using. Other than that, the rest can all be good depending. Like health, it can be good, but you have to be careful, like that, depending on some heroes. Some heroes, because the way energy in this game works, the more health you have, the slower you gain energy because it's based on percentage. So if you have 1,000,000 HP, if a hero has 1,000,000 HP, they lose 100,000, they gain 10% energy. But if a hero only has 500 HP and they lose 100,000 HP, they gain 20% of their energy because it's based on percentages, right? So the higher your energy percent, like so the more health you have, the more less per smaller percent each health point is worth. So so health can be a double-edged sword. There's, like I said, has a lot of synergy, you say, with the flag of Vanguard, like it heals based on percentage. So there's definitely a place for health glyphs, but you have to keep in mind that it can also cause you to gain energy slower. So you have to keep that in mind. Then you got Magic Mastery pattern, which I feel is inferior. Like, you wouldn't want to use Magic Mastery pattern unless you're trying to get more penetration or more magic attack, because you have magic attack and you also have magic penetration patterns. And Magic Mastery is kind of a combo one, but it's worse than either of them. Like, a magic, I said, a penetration one's going to be better than this, and a magic attack's going to be better than this, and it's less than, it's like, it's not even like half the stats. It's like slightly end up with like maybe like 40% of each stat rather than half of each stat. It's like 40%. It's slightly worse. So you would only do this if you needed more penetration or more magic attack. You don't have anything else to put on the flag. You're just going all mage team and you just want to do magic power, magic penetration, and then more of both. Like, that's the main place you'd use it. So it's lower priority. It can be good, but you would definitely do the penetration one or the magic attack one before you would do that. There isn't a physical mastery one like there's for magic. There might be someday, who knows. Crit reduction can be okay. Again, but it's kind of like the dodge, is that because the way crit works, this won't help too much, though certain heroes do have pretty good high stats, and this is more of a mitigation one. Like I said, I do think this is better than dodge, but I do think it's also kind of a low priority pattern. Generally think it's a low priority. And then you have like the defensive ones, magic defense, armor. They are both fine. Like I said, it's just really depends on your team. Like, certain heroes, like I said, Aurora, like, armor is not really gonna help Aurora. She never has enough armor for it to ever matter. Penetration is gonna just kind of eat through it. But let's say you're using like a tankier hero as your main tank, maybe using like Chaba or something. He has pretty good armor. Like, this might help a lot more there. So you have mileage really vary. Magic defense is fine. Again, doesn't do a lot for Aurora just because of the way her Rainbow Halo does. doesn't like, so some people don't really like to use it, like say Isaac, just because it can in theory slow him down, though it's probably negligible. But it just really depends on, again, what you're fighting, and there's just better ways to, like I said, it just feels like there's better ways to deal with that. So they're kind of, again, lower priority, and the ones that generally most people are going to be focused on are going to be your physical attack, magic attacks. There's going to be high, and then of course your penetration ones, armor pen and magic penetration. Those are going to be like the ones that generally are going to be the ones most people focus on. Physical attack, I even put these on my mage for ones I use for maging, just because you works with Sebastian's Old can get that up faster. Maybe that won't be as valuable in the era of Fluffy. That remains to be seen. But physical attack, kind of like you can't really ever go wrong with that one. At least you haven't been able to. Magic attack is good. Again, we've talked about Armageddon. If you don't have anything better, it can be fine. Again, I filled these ones up a long time ago, and it costs so much to remove a freaking pattern. To like remove a pattern, if you wanted to change out a pattern, it costs like 5,000 gems. So I never bother. It's like why can't we just move the patterns as we want? I don't know. It's one of those annoying things about the patterns, but yeah, those are fine. And then of course penetration. If you need penetration, you want to do more, like I said, magic penetration obviously lets you do more magic damage, helps cancel out their magic defense. Again, it just really depends on your team. So those are kind of where I rank them. It just, again, certain flags, as I said earlier, also have different value here. So if you're going to use like the war flag, you might want to do the health pattern. If you were going to do war flag readiness, there's a reason, like if you're using Sebastian in the very back, you might want to have a physical attack one, because war flag readiness with a physical attack pattern can actually get Sebastian enough physical attack to have public idols 100%. Like you can literally get Sebastian full energy at the start of battle if you have a physical attack one in this one. So you might want to do physical attack. There's certain like flags that have synergy, and again, this is why I say it's kind of hard to rank the patterns like you would with like war flags, because there's just certain ones have different values. So you have to keep that in mind. But yeah, like not too much more to say on this one. Like I said, this is just kind of a short video. But like I said, attacking patterns, like I said, attack and penetration, those are going to be your best ones. The worst ones are going to be like things like the dodge one, which is kind of a failure. Anyway, if you missed my video where I did talk about the war flags, I did a whole video ranking all the war flags and stuff. Like I said, I totally recommend checking that one out. But yeah, you can find that video down below. As always, thank you for watching.